Hello, I'm Robert. This is for 81 or 82. Um, I've been drawing like comic style drawings for a couple months now, and yeah, thought I'd just show you the proof. This is a Superman drawing that I did first up, and it's after studying how to do proportions and stuff from I was googling Todd McFarlane, who's one of my favorite artists, and is Deadpool, inspired by the superhero landing from the first movie, and I think I used a reference for the superhero landing. This is a Spider-Man cover, or it could be, and yeah, it's based on like the original Amazing Fantasy cover, and yeah, I used a reference for the pose, and yeah, I'm really happy with the text box. Yeah. This is Hugh Jackman Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, I think he looks pretty good. It's just sort of copied from a still of him. Speaking of copied, we got Clint Eastwood here, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly poster. I just sort of redrew that, stylized his face a little bit, but it's not super original. This guy, completely original. I don't love him, but you know, he's got some interesting proportions about him. I don't know. I like that his calves stick out a bit, and I don't think that's the worst hand I've ever drawn. Yeah, pretty good. This one I don't like. Captain America, inspired by like Silver Age comics. Yeah, I'm just not happy with how his face looks. Yeah. This guy, I think my family and I were watching like some Japanese mob movie, so I decided to draw this fella, and I'm happy with how his hand looks, and also the shoes and the suitcase and everything really, but I think his pose is a bit flat though. Yeah. Here, I used a different technique. I took a photo of my dad and I just drew it, and I'm actually really happy with it. I think it looks a lot like him. I'll put the references up in front of my face, by the way. Yeah. Old guy, don't like him. He doesn't have much personality, but yeah, he's alright. He's alright. I drew this during art class instead of doing the actual artwork. Yeah. This is Two-Face from Batman. I was really into zombies and I wanted to draw a zombie, but I decided to put a spin on it, and I also did the Joker next to him because why not? I think the Joker looks a bit stiff, even though it's like an exaggerated pose. But yeah, I'm happy with this drawing overall. This side more so. Portrait of Levi, back when he had the long hair. You know Levi. Yeah, it looks like Levi, I think. Another zombie. This one's a bit skinny and his head's a bit big, but I like him. He looks like he has a beehive in his head. Yeah. He's probably a bit out of proportion, but I was trying to draw like I don't know, just a buff body. Yeah, it didn't work out great, so I decided to give him a silly head. But yeah. Sorry, that's my dog barking. I like this pose, but I'm not super happy with the execution. I think he looks a bit like chunky to be the Flash. Like the Flash is more agile and skinny, but maybe this section of it I like a bit more than the rest of it. Yeah. Bit of a splash page here. We got Durberger and Jonesy from Fortnite. Wolverine. I'm most happy with the Wolverine drawing. And the panda. It's just a panda. You gotta draw a panda every now and then. We got Omni-Man from Invincible. I'm not super happy with it. It doesn't really look like him, but I don't know. It's like the legs are pretty alright, and the arms pretty alright, but yeah. Queen Elizabeth II, may she rest in peace. I've done a lot to her here. She looks tough, which I reckon the real Queen actually was. We got Benson from Regular Show here, got teacup and the British flag, and I'm very happy with the hands that I drew here, like probably the best I've ever drawn, but it was copied from the reference. But yeah, I like it. Doesn't really look like the Queen, but yeah. Not super happy with this guy. Yeah, I don't know. These are the small potatoes. If you know, you know. Deadpool coming out of the page. Pretty happy with this one. But I feel like this hand doesn't really make much sense. Like there isn't any foreshortening. You just see his hands, and then like you don't see what's going on with the rest of his arm. And also, I don't know what's going on with this leg. This leg's alright, but it's just the perspective's all off, and I'm not so happy with it. This one I am happy with. I don't draw women very much. I don't know, it's just something I don't do. So I decided to go out of my comfort zone and draw one. And I think it turned out pretty well. I used a reference that had a cool outfit. I'm happy with the shine on like a shoulder pad. And the pants I think look very good. Yeah, just overall happy with it. I've never watched Dragon Ball Z, but this is Goku. I think everything apart from his face looks pretty good, and even that's a stretch. But yeah, he's got charm, but yeah, he's okay. Yeah, I used a bunch of references. I used an old guy. I used this guy, another old guy, Big Bird. Why not? This is a picture of my parents when they got married. Yeah. And Barack Obama, a bit exaggerated, but yeah, I think it looks like him. And it's just a little cartooning page. Picture of Snoop Dogg. Yeah. I think it looks pretty similar to the reference, and happy with it. This Spider-Man here is actually I used this Spider-Man to pose him, and it was a helpful exercise because the leg muscles, I don't normally draw them, and I think it just looks a bit better. Yeah. Yeah. Something that I'm not super happy with is just Spider-Man and Venom. My dad liked it, but I reckon Venom's just a bit big and his pose is a bit awkward. Ideally, he would be lifting him above his head like that. But I'm happy with like this part. I like Spider-Man hanging down, all hopeless. Like, yeah. This guy, I like him. He's based on my dad's friend Paul from the Navy. He's pretty cool. Yeah. Another guy. I don't know. I'm not super happy with this guy. I think his eyes are maybe a bit big, and there's just something wrong with him. But yeah, he's okay. This page, pretty happy with. Daredevil, one of my favorite superheroes. Is based on, I think, a Frank Miller artwork of him on the top of a church, and I decided to use the heavy shadow for this and this drawing too, and I think it makes him look more interesting than it would without. For some reason I just gave him weird little shoes. Did a couple of thumbnail sketches here which I like. This one would be much better if it was bigger and had the details. And this I'm quite happy with. I used a boxer as a reference because Daredevil's dad is a boxer, and yeah, I think it looks solid. The skeleton page, mostly skulls. I was just trying to stylize some stuff here, and this guy looks pretty goofy. This is pretty much copied from a video game. I forgot what it's called, but so Daniel. And couple of other goofy looking skulls. I'm happy with them. And this one, even more stylized. I don't know, it'd be a good sticker or something. And the cigarette smoking skeleton. I'm saying a lot of things starting with S, and I got Invisalign the other day. It's rough. We got the thing here, his finger up. I like him, but it is really hard to draw all of those rocks. It's like not pleasant. Would not draw again, but he's pretty cool. Someone who was quicker to draw, Human Torch. I'm pretty happy with him. Yeah, he was inspired by like this picture that I have up here of the Human Torch, and I think it looks pretty good. I'll up and go. I'll have that later. And yeah, I like it. This page, one of my favorite out of the bunch. Daredevil, page number 2. This one is a lot more filled out. We have Daredevil before his costume, a couple of them, and then the original Daredevil cover I drew there, and Matt Murdock, the alter ego, and I think this shows a lot of emotion, which a lot of my drawings don't really show much emotion. This one too, based on a comic cover that I have. I think it looks good. This one, also showing emotion. I like it. Eyes maybe a little bit out of proportion. This one, very good. This pose was a lot of fun. Yeah. And this one, also inspired by boxing, but I like it less than the other one that I did. Yeah. Oh, and this one, he's pretty cool. Sorry, I don't have much to say. I'm sick today. But this is Frank Miller's Batman. I probably have a reference picture of like this section of him that Frank Miller drew, and I was heavily inspired by it. So I decided to zoom out the picture a bit and show his full body, and I like it. I think it's a cool exercise. One of the few drawings that I've inked. I'm not super happy with the inking, but I like, for example, the cross-hatching on his face. Oh, not cross-hatching, just hatching. And, yeah, you can see in some parts where, like, my pen's running out or something. Yeah, it's a bit rough, and I could have done his arm hair better. But he's pretty good. I like this section more so than the rest of it as a whole. Yeah. Similar to the Daredevil pages, we have a bunch of Spider-Man. Here he is punching Tombstone. Here he is swinging. I decided to use just a variety of poses here that I've found. I think this one was copied from a cover. This one from the Dome. This one's inspired by Peter B. Parker from the Spider-Verse movies. Peter Parker, symbiote suit. Yeah, a couple of other headshots, a bit more squinty in this one. Hand, I used my hand for reference. I think it's a good exercise to do because you don't know what a hand looks like unless you're looking at a hand. So yeah, yeah, I like this page. Here is like falling out from I don't know, using his web wings. It's pretty good. This drawing isn't good. Rhino, I was just playing around with this one. Yeah, I think I drew it during class. Yeah. Here we go. Ghost Rider. I like this part, as you can see. And I gave up on the bike because bikes are very hard to draw, so I only inked the good part. Yeah. I like this drawing. Wolverine and Logan, inspired by the Logan movie. And I just think there's a lot of interesting textures on his face. He doesn't really look real, but I think he has a lot of grit to him, which I added. Various cross-hatching and stuff like that. Another Wolverine, different style, maybe a bit more realistic. which I don't love. I like to keep a little bit of stylization in my drawings, but yeah, I think he's cool. But I fall into a bit of a Head and Shoulders thing. You might have seen with a lot of my like spread out pages, like the Daredevil and the Spider-Man ones, where I just draw a lot of head and shoulders instead of whole body. And yeah, I think I should branch out from that a bit. This Deadpool, not super happy with him, but I like his face. It's a good zombie effect. Used a lot of squiggly lines on that. Yeah. Oof. This guy, he's a bit awkward. He doesn't look like he's holding the sword right. I think I was going for cool, but he doesn't look cool. Yeah, he just looks like he's getting picked up from sword practice by his mum later. And yeah, bit of a disappointment, that one. Yeah. Some orcs. Gave this guy a robot arm. Gave this guy a robot jaw. Little goblin fella. And then like Jason from, is that Halloween? I don't know. I'm not a horror movie guy, but I just think he looks cool. It's not Halloween. That's Michael Myers, but you probably know. Doorman. Quite possibly the lamest superhero. So I decided to draw him because why not? I don't know. Iron Fist. Not a superhero that I don't care about much, but I drew a body and I thought it looked a bit silly, so I gave him a silly outfit. And he looks like a conductor, so I added some music. I don't know. This one, I used the Proco YouTube channel. This part's just stuck on, that's from some other page, but backs. And these are the major muscle groups of the back. The lats, and the other things that I don't know the name of, but here's a more shadowed version from like a 3/4 point of view, and with the rest of the page I just decided to draw a less muscly and a more muscly arm, just to add some diversity, because I've drawn a lot of muscles, so yeah, yeah, there you go. The video's really helpful for me. It's from Attack on Titan. It's one of the Titans, and yeah, it's they definitely have a lot of muscle definition, so they're more difficult to draw than like a superhero where things can be covered up by fabric. But I think he looks solid. He was mostly copied from a reference though. Tyler the Creator, Igor. I like this album. Yeah, he isn't doing much interesting pose-wise though. So yeah. Sir Sate. I originally did a drawing like this like 5 years ago or something, and I just decided to give him a little refresh. He's got his guts out for some reason. I don't know, trust the process, but I think he looks pretty good. He's a funny looking lad. Speaking of funny looking lad, we got the Shrock here. Nothing was gained by this drawing. It didn't add to the world. But yeah. I was feeling a bit freaky in this one, so I just decided to forget about the comic stuff altogether. Just draw a strange monkey man. I think he looks solid, but not great. A certain president, which I will not show because of recent events. Yeah. Skip that one. We got this one. Yeah, it's based on a YouTuber. Yeah, I don't know. It's not great. One of the last pages of this book, I decided to use my knowledge from media studies to like, this is rule of thirds, so you split the panel into thirds, and the most interesting part of the image are in those thirds. This is symmetry. You know what symmetry is. This one doesn't really have anything, but I thought it was a cool Spider-Man crawling pose. A more interesting silhouette can fit in a triangle. and it adds a lot of power to the pose. And leading lines, there are things pointing in to our runner here, as he's about to start a race or something. Another triangle, Deadpool, angel, devil on his shoulder. Bit of an interesting look. I'm happy with his emotiveness there. And rule of thirds, we got like this strong man and his wife yelling at him. Yeah, I don't know where my mind was in that one, but this is not a good one to end on. We got Gita Priffin and Soma Himpson. I drew them from memory. Yeah. Okay. There are more sketchbooks, but this is the end of this one. Bye. Hello, welcome back. Okay, I'm gonna do this quicker because the last one was 20 minutes. Venom, not very happy with it based on Todd McFarlane's tutorial that he did. Terminator, not very happy with it. I think his cheekbones and his eyes are a bit high, and I just think the proportions of the face aren't great. But I like his like ripped off half. That's cool. Minecraft Villager and Pig. This was done in the build up to the Minecraft movie, which was a great movie. Go and watch it. Yeah. Spider-Man. I put a lot of definition on this lad. Probably a bit chunky to Spider-Man, but I didn't feel like drawing legs, so I chucked some sweatpants on it. Yeah. Hulk. Too lazy to draw a full body here. So we have just his chest and stuff, but I'm happy with his face. Monkey Man. He's a man and he's a monkey. I didn't learn anything with this one. This guy, he looks like Gandhi. Yeah, he's probably got something philosophical to say. I like this drawing. This one, based on a Hawkeye comic I have. Don't really like it, but I like the original art that it's based on. This is from Elden Ring, which I've been playing. This is my character, Beowulf. He's alright. Okay, I was watching Tombstone with my parents. This is Val Kilmer's character, which I forget the name of. But it's a very good movie. Go watch it if you haven't. And I think it's a pretty good likeness. I'll pull up an image of it. Still watching Tombstone. It's like a bandito type. Like the shadow work that I did here. And I like the armadillo down there. Yeah. We got Black Suit Spider-Man. Nothing special. I've drawn this type of body 100 times, and yeah, should have branched out. This one, I do branch out a little bit more. I got some headshots, but also a couple of full body ones. Not completely full body, but there's a bit of diversity in the faces here. Like I like this emotion, and having his mouth revealed is a fun effect. And this stick figure has a lot of pizzazz. No one said that in 10 years. This is a mid drawing. Take it or leave it. I don't know. Superman, pretty good. Nothing special. Yeah. Close up of old guy. I don't know what my thought process is here, but I don't know. He looks like an old guy. Yeah. Zombie. I like this one. I was looking at a Todd McFarlane drawing of Spawn with his mask off, and that made me inspired to draw this zombie. I like the crinkles in his forehead and stuff, and just the sheer amount of wrinkles that this guy has, and his black nose. It's good. More Spawn. Pretty happy with it. He looks angry. Like the skulls down there. This guy. He looks upset about something. Yeah, I like that his head's pointing up a bit because I don't normally draw that angle. Simon and John, another throwback to a drawing that I did a very long time ago. It's a snake with a man head and a man with a snake head, or the other way around. I don't know, but it's good. This is my dad, cartoon dad. There's been many cartoon dads over the years, but that tends to be the design. Ghost Rider, don't love it. I I don't think it really looks like a skull, but it's okay. Sticks. I decided to go really stylized with this one. It's like a drummer or something, and yeah, he's pretty good, pretty good. This one, my dad liked it so much that we got it framed, and I added some like logos to it. Yeah, but I think he only liked it because I colored it in, which is something that I don't normally do. And yeah, I'm happy with it, but that it can be improved upon. This one, I like it a lot more, but my Copic marker was running out, so the outfit is a bit scratched up and messed up. But yeah, I like this Wolverine design a lot. No, it's not worth showing. Neither is that. The Thing, I liked this drawing before I did the thick outline, and then I don't like it. This one, I use Proco videos on forearms to work out where the muscles are, and I use quite a few references here. And yeah, I like this one especially, and this one's quite good too. Yeah, but I should do that more studies like that. Here's another one. This arm's probably too short, but I use my own hand in the like Spider-Man position, and yeah, just copied it and turned out good. Another one of a certain president that I will not reveal. Yeah. Venom. This one's pretty good. It's based on the 90s animated thing, but I think it's mostly good because of the coloring. But that said, it looks a lot better than this one, which is from the start of the sketchbook. Yeah. Better Man, I watched it. It's the Robbie Williams like movie thing, and he's a monkey in it for some reason, but it's a really heartwarming movie. Normal guy, I thought he looked too normal, so I gave him a scratch on his eye, and he still looks normal. So yeah. Couple of monsters here. I like Frankenstein a lot. There's a lot of personality there, and the zombie, of course. He's got a bit of sass to him, which is pretty cool. And vampire. That's good. Wolverine. Based on a Hulk cover done by Todd McFarlane. You've probably seen it before. Put it here. Yeah, it's a bit of a shameless copy, and it doesn't look as good, but it was a good study. Yeah. Red Skull. I like him. He's got big eyebrows. Captain America. Don't like it very much. There's something wrong with his proportions. I think his arms are too chunky, not long enough, and maybe torso isn't long enough. He's just a bit squat. And I never tend to draw Captain America's like face right. I have the same problem on all of the other drawings that I've done of him. Daredevil, he's very cool. Like the perspectives, like his head's the closest and then it's going down. I don't normally do that. Like you can see the top of his triceps and his shoulders there. Triceps, I don't know, whatever these are called. Yeah, that one's not very good. Bartender. He's a funny looking guy. Yeah, I don't know. He looks like a bartender. I think I used a random character generator, and then I got a description of an overweight man with a mohawk, and he wants to be a punk rocker or something. So this is what I came up with, and yeah, it's pretty good for a random character generator, but his arms are down and you should probably have this type of thing going on, you know. Character generator that I'm more happy with, this orc guy, and he's got a robot arm there with a hammer, and I think his other arm also looks good, and his legs look good. Overall, just happy with the drawing. Also happy with this one, another random character, Cyclops with a peg leg, and he's a skinnier character, which I hadn't really been doing in this book. So I think it's good to switch it up a bit, and I think that arm looks really good. Yeah, it's a good drawing overall. Daredevil, very happy with this one. My pen was kind of leaking a bit here though, so his stub was a bit pronounced. But the Copic markers are very good, but they're all dried out by now, which is unfortunate. I was watching another Proco video. Ryan Benjamin, who's a comic artist, was drawing Black Panther, and I was sort of drawing along with him a bit with my I think this was done with charcoal, which is a very cool medium actually. I should try it more. Or like a more thick pencil, like a charcoal pencil. And he does a technique which I really like, which I can't replicate here, but he holds the pencil on the side and does the shading with the side of the pencil instead of doing like cross-hatching, which I think is a lot cooler. Self-portrait doesn't really look like me now, but like if I look a bit sad, yeah. Yeah. I think it was like 2 in the morning, and I was home alone. Yeah. Spider-Man. What is wrong with this guy? Something wrong with his neck. Doesn't look like it's connected to his head. And also he's got megaminditis, which is bigness of the head, which is not good. A couple of voice cracks in there. I'm sure you're enjoying that. Here's an example of a drawing I don't like. Ew. Huh? What even? Turn the page. I will take my own advice. And then I drew the same character, Matt Murdock, a bit bigger and a bit later, and I'm very happy with him. I like the use of the red pencil here, just to change things up a bit. Yeah. Punisher, very happy with this drawing. I took my time stylizing his face and his like chest emblem, which I really should do more, just because I like the results a lot. Yeah, and I like just how mad he looks. Only a couple pages left. We got a Hulk here. He doesn't really look hulking though. He kind of looks like skinny and weird. Don't love it, but it's in color, so that's alright. Kingpin here. Not at all happy with this part, but this part I think is pretty good. I didn't use a reference here, and yeah, it looks like a tough guy, and I don't know, he's a bit upset here, I think. Yeah. And one final, Daredevil. I've been watching the Netflix show, so yeah. I like this one a lot, and it inspired me in my next sketchbook, which is the last one that I showed you, to branch out a bit more with poses and stuff, because it just looks better than anything else in the sketchbook. Alright, thank you. Wait, alright, a little bit more. You thought you were out, you're not out. Alright, new sketchbook, Spawn, use colored pencils here, and it pays off. I like it a lot. Not super happy with the sketch, but the colored pencils definitely make it look a lot better. Wolverine here. This is less of a Hugh Jackman Wolverine, more based on the 90s. And he just has a lot of emotion. I'm very happy with him. Should probably add some spit flying out. He's just an angry fella, which is really what you want. Daredevil in his original yellow and like red colors. I think he looks solid, but maybe the pose is a bit stiff. Iron Fist. He's a bit squat, but the colored pencils carry the drawing a bit, and I like the fire effect on his hands. Hulk Hogan. I was watching WrestleMania. It sucks, man. Why do people like that? Yeah. I was still watching WrestleMania, So I drew The Rock. This doesn't really look like The Rock. It didn't start off as him, but this looks a little bit more like him. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? You get the idea. Watching Whiplash, great film. Not quite my tempo. If you've seen the movie, you get that. We got the main character playing the drums here. The signature's really small in this one. And just a couple of things that are completely unrelated. Just a couple little studies there. And it really helped to loosen up my pencil and make some more fun drawings after just making a mess on this page. Yeah. Woody from Toy Story. He's a bit more anatomically correct. I don't know. I'm not in love with it, but I think he looks good. Yeah, there's a snake in his boot. Watching another movie here. A lot of like cartel looking guys. This guy's got a messed up eye. Got J. Jonah Jameson, Snoop Dogg. Yeah. My dad didn't like this one, so I put a thumb over it since that's what he did. I don't know. Everyone's drawn an eye. It's not very impressive or anything. Now, based on the feedback that I got from Lucas Fowler, which is my brother-in-law, soon to be, we have multiple emotions, the same character, and lots of different poses and angles of the same character, which was suggested by him. And then I did the same with an original character, also suggested by him. I think I called this guy Jeremiah or something. I'm especially happy with this sketch, and honestly all of them. I just like the character. Jebediah, that's his name. And then I went in with the colored pencil and just smashed out a page here. And I'm not happy with this sketch as much as I am with the one on the page earlier. And I think this forearm's a bit short, but definitely I've come a long way since the start. Certain political figure. Iron Man, cartoonified a little bit. Another Jebediah, a bit more pirate looking in this one. Yeah, I like him. His pose is a bit stiff, but I think he has cool looking shoulders. I'm actually maybe most happy with this page. It isn't really comic related, but we have a monkey here. I just love the look of it. I was watching Year One. It's a Jack Black movie. It's not very good, but this guy, sort of based on Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. This is a Jack Black type guy, but it doesn't really look like him. But yeah, definitely like it a lot. Dumbledore from Harry Potter. I think he looks solid. Yeah, his face is probably the best part. His outfit's a bit bland. But yeah. Inspired by this X-Men book that I bought the other week. We have a Wolverine here that I did with no sketch and just pen. And it definitely shows that there was no sketch because it doesn't look very good, but it definitely has an animalistic quality to it. Yeah, it's a bit rough though. And you thought you were out? There's more. Okay, third sketchbook. Alright. Another Jebediah. This one's outlined. Not colored in there. He's pretty alright. This is for English. Once a crook, always a crook. Not super happy with the pose or anything about this drawing, but the coloring's alright, I guess. I used watercolor here because I had it available to me. A drawing of the main character in my English story, Tony. I think he looks very good here. Yeah, not many complaints. This drawing, my dad said that this part was comic quality and this part's a bit rough, but I don't know, I like the drawing and I think it works for it. Another drawing for the English assessment, same character from different angle. He maybe looks a bit off model here, and his head maybe is a bit slim, like shouldn't be that small, but that's how it is. Main villain of that story, drew this just yesterday. Very happy with him. I think he looks quite intimidating. And I believe that's it. Alright, another 20-minute video. Good luck, Mr. Flint. Alright, bye.